You're at a party. Someone starts talking to you. The first few lines go fine. Then it happens. Your mind goes blank. You're standing there, nodding, smiling, and inside you're panicking. What do I say next? The silence stretches. It feels like 10 minutes. It was probably 3 seconds. I used to think this meant something was wrong with me, that I just wasn't built for conversation, that some people had it, and I didn't. Turns out that's not true. Running out of things to say isn't a personality flaw, it's a pattern. And once you understand the pattern, you can break it. I spent years studying why some people never seem to run dry while others freeze up the second the small talk ends. And it comes down to 4 shifts, small ones. But once you make them, you'll never sit in that awkward silence again. 1. Stop assuming everyone's watching you. Here's something most people don't realize. Back in 2000, a researcher named Tom Gilovich ran an experiment. He had a college student wear an embarrassing t-shirt into a room full of strangers, then asked the student to guess how many people noticed. The student guessed around 50%. The real number was closer to 25. That gap has a name. Psychologists call it the spotlight effect. We assume we're being watched and judged far more closely than we actually are. And this matters for conversation because most of us go blank for one reason. We're not actually listening to the other person. We're too busy narrating our own performance. Did that sound weird? Do they think I'm boring? What if I say the wrong thing? That inner voice is loud. But here's the truth. Nobody is scrutinizing you the way you think they are. They're mostly thinking about themselves, the same way you're thinking about yourself. Once you accept that, the pressure drops. And when the pressure drops, the words come easier. 2. Borrow from the room. This one sounds almost too simple to work, but it does. When you're stuck, stop searching inside your head for a topic. Look outside it instead. Look at your surroundings and just comment on what's in front of you. Maybe there's music playing. Maybe there's a weird piece of art on the wall. Maybe someone just told a story and you connect it to something small. That reminds me of is one of the most useful phrases in the English language because it lets you open a brand new thread without forcing it. You're not trying to say something brilliant. You're just trying to say something. Small talk isn't about profound insight. It's about momentum. Once the conversation is moving, it tends to keep moving on its own. 3. Ask questions that can't be answered in one word. Not all questions are created equal. There's a huge difference between do you like your job and what's the best part about your job. The first one invites a yes or a no. The second one invites a story. This is one of the simplest fixes in conversation, and almost nobody does it on purpose. Closed questions kill momentum. Open questions build it. Instead of asking if someone enjoyed their trip, ask what surprised them most about it. Instead of asking if they like their neighborhood, ask what a normal Saturday looks like for them there. The goal isn't to interrogate someone. It's to hand them an easy door into talking about themselves. Because most people, if given the chance, actually want to talk about themselves. You're not manipulating them, you're just making it easy. 4. Let silence exist. This might be the hardest one because it goes against instinct. When conversation stalls, our first reaction is to panic and fill the gap with anything, even something awkward or forced. But here's what changes everything. Silence doesn't mean the conversation failed. It just means there's a small pause before the next thread starts. Comfortable people don't fear these gaps. They let a beat pass, take a breath, and then either ask a new question or make a new observation. The people who seem the most naturally charismatic aren't the ones who never run out of things to say. They're the ones who don't panic when they briefly do. Once you stop treating silence as an emergency, it stops feeling like one. And ironically, that calmness is what makes other people feel comfortable around you. Putting it together. So let's go back to that party. Someone's talking to you and there's a lull. Instead of spiraling, you remember nobody's judging you as hard as you think. You glance around the room and notice something worth mentioning. You ask a question that invites more than a one-word answer. And if there's still a short pause, you let it sit for a second instead of rushing to fix it. That's it. That's the whole system. Not a script, not a set of clever lines to memorize, just 4 small shifts in how you show up. The people who never run out of things to say aren't smarter or more interesting than you. They've just stopped treating conversation like a test they can fail. They've stopped